What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. My name is Sean, aka ELYYT, and today we're going to be covering all the different things in FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. Now, I waited a couple days since EA announced this to see if we got any extra information about Ultimate Team or even any other game modes, and we did. And unfortunately, it wasn't good news, especially for you guys in the Pro Clubs community. I like me some Pro Clubs. I think it's one of the more fun game modes on FIFA because you can get to play with your friends and all that good stuff. Now, the good news about Pro Clubs is that Volta is kind of like Pro Clubs this year, so you're kind of getting Pro Clubs Street Football this year, which is nice, but Pro Clubs itself not getting any upgrades at all. Ultimately, it's the same thing, copy-paste with new gameplay, and hopefully the gameplay will be better. But that's all the news we got for Pro Clubs. It's basically going to be the same. But there are 5 different things for Ultimate Team, and you could say it's because it's their moneymaker that they're focusing on it. But they're also going to be dropping some things for Career Mode as well. And if you guys want to see a video for that, I know I don't cover a lot of Career Mode stuff. I'm more of an Ultimate Team guy, but I can if that's what you want to see. And also drop a like on the video right now if you guys want me to drop a ones to watch guide for your trading at the beginning of FIFA 21. I've already got it created. If you're a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber, you already have the guide. And on top of that, Hanapi Muzales, he didn't buy the tier 3 video shout out YouTube membership, but he was our first ever YouTube member, so I think he deserved a shout out in this video. So thank you, Hanapi. I hopefully am pronouncing that correctly. Nonetheless, guys, let's hop right in to our 5 different things in FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. And I guess I'll start with what I think is the most important one. It's going to be co-op. Co-op is going to be something where you can play with a friend. Doesn't have to be on the same console like it has been in previous years. So me and Chris RM or me and Foot Accountant, we can get together and we can play Division Rivals together in the same team, both getting ourselves the same rewards, right? So, you know, you're boosting your Division Rivals points and you're going to end up getting the rewards for Division Rivals together, which is going to take a lot of the stress off of Division Rivals. On top of this, you can play squad battles together as well, which means that if you play on a lower difficulty, a lot of the times, maybe somebody could just attach a rubber band to their controller and have the other person just play the game, and then you switch off the next game. I'm already seeing different ways to exploit this system, and if something can be exploited, it will, all right? And that's not going to be my fault for mentioning this in this video or finding it. If something can be exploited in any game, it will be exploited. So it really comes down to EA balancing it out and making it so people can't abuse the system. But realistically, if somebody is playing squad battles and not even really playing and let their co-op partner do the work, it's squad battles. I mean, it shouldn't matter that much. In Division Rivals, you're not going to be able to do the same thing. So I don't think it'll be that big of a deal, but it is definitely a plausible thing that could happen with the new co-op. I think it's a good introduction. I think it's going to be a little bit revolutionary in terms of taking away the different stress levels and the different toxicity in the game. And on top of this, and I'll keep this in number 1, but they're actually removing the shush celebration. And since they're removing that, and they also haven't introduced too many of the new celebrations, although we have seen Erling Haaland's celebration is being introduced. You've got the women's national team player, Rapinoe, her celebration is being introduced. We saw Eric Cantona do the celebration in one of the gameplay trailers, or I believe it was the initial trailer before the gameplay trailer. So we're seeing a couple new celebrations being introduced, a couple celebrations being taken out, but we haven't seen the Mbappe crying celebration, which could very well just replace the shushing celebration in terms of toxicity. So I think that it's honestly a good thing that EA are trying to take some toxicity out of the game because it really has been annoying. Now, I'm not saying that if you're getting shushed on, that should completely ruin your mood, but any step they can take to make it a more enjoyable experience and not have people rage and break their controllers like we have seen in the past couple of years, it's definitely not a healthy environment. So that's number 1 on the list, which is co-op and ultimately bringing the toxicity levels down. Number 2, this is a big one, something we've been asking for years, and there's definitely not really even a downside to it. It's getting rid of fitness cards. Fitness cards, the pack filler galores, they're annoying. They were very, very annoying, especially given the fact that squad fitness cards got very expensive in a couple of FIFAs. And if you wanted to play Weekend League, you kind of needed 1 squad fitness per game because of how important fitness was. But now it's really just going to come down to stamina, and it'll replenish after the games are over, which I think is the best way to do it. There's no reason that we need fitness cards. You know, it's become irrelevant in the game, similar to how the position cards on, you know, FIFA 12 and FIFA 13, I believe, had them still. Where you needed to play certain cards in certain formations. I think that was stupid, and they got rid of it. They finally got rid of fitness cards. Contracts are staying in, and they're going to replace the pack fillers from fitness cards, and they're going to probably throw in celebrations maybe. I know that they're throwing in tifos into packs, but I'm thinking maybe celebrations will go in there as well, and maybe stadium items as well. And we'll get into stadium items right now, because number 3 on the list is new FUT stadiums. Okay, so you can customize your own stadium for your ultimate team. In previous FIFAs, all the way up until 20, you just used whatever stadium you like. This year, I really like the Atlanta United Stadium. Pretty much in any other FIFA, I'd use Signal Iduna Park, which is where Dortmund play, because I'm a Dortmund fan. And I would just use whatever stadium I liked and looked the best, or a stadium of, you know, a team that I support. But now you're going to get to build your own stadium, your own tifos, like we did in 20, but you're also going to get to decorate the banners. You're going to go ahead and design your stadium with different items. And as you continue your ultimate team, your stadium will get bigger. It'll get more extravagant. It'll look a lot cooler. And that's something you can build as you go along, which I think could be really cool. But also, at the same time, if it's not executed well, it could be pretty boring. It could be the same thing as like kits, essentially, where, yeah, I want to go out and get a couple kits for my team, and the ones that I like, but then once you buy them, it's over. The kits aren't really that relevant anymore. You did it for a couple of minutes. But if it's something you can continue to build and build and build your stadium throughout the game, and you really have to grind for stuff to get your stadium even bigger and cooler, I think that would be awesome. I think that would be a really good introduction. But if it's basically, you know, you get to design 4 different things in your stadium and then you're done, that could be a bit boring. It could be a dud. We'll see if EA execute it well. The next thing on the list, we've got new icons. You can see it on the screen right now. There are some new icons in the game, including some of the ones that I predicted would actually be in FIFA 21. If you guys actually checked out my video last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, there were some of the icons that I predicted actually in the new 21 icons, including Puskas, Petr Cech, Samuel Eto'o, Philipp Lahm, Xavi. All of these guys I actually predicted into FIFA 21, and then Cantona was already introduced. But you also have Ashley Cole getting introduced. Fernando Torres, who just retired, is getting a new icon card. Unfortunately, we're not seeing Francesco Totti yet, but I think he'll be in the soon future. Now, we do have Bastian Schweinsteiger, obviously Bayern and Germany legend as well, alongside Lahm. That'll be a nice link up of new icons. Now you've got Suker from Croatia. Now it says he's a new icon, which he is, but he also had an icon card a few FIFAs back. I believe in FIFA 15 he had an icon card, and I believe in previous FIFAs before that he might have had an icon card as well. But he definitely had an icon before, and then it got taken out of FIFA, as many icon cards have, and he's reintroduced into FIFA 21. And on top of that, you've got a very nice center back, which is Nemanja Vidic, who's the first Serbian icon, and I know my friend Andre is pretty happy about that one. But those are the new FIFA 21 icons, and on top of that, there's 100 total icons in the game now. That is a lot of icons, and that is a lot of icons I still won't pack. Somehow, I still haven't packed an icon on my main account from a normal pack, but my pack luck recently has been heating up. I've packed Team of the Season Neymar, Team of the Season De Bruyne, Team of the Season Ramos, Team of the Season Tejes, Foot Birthday Mbappe, all in the last month, live on my stream. Link in the description, quick plug there. But my pack luck has been better right now than it ever has before, so hopefully that carries on to FIFA 21, and I can pack one of these new icons listed there. And the final thing in FIFA 21, the final big announcement, is team events, all right, and FIFA community events. These events are going to be probably inspired by what Fortnite initially did, where it was live events that you could join in and everybody got involved in that live event. That kind of spiraled throughout the gaming community, and now EA is doing their own little take on it called team events or community events. And this is going to be something where you go in, you might have to score 4 goals or play 4 certain matches, stuff like that, and do it as a community, and depending on how many people do it or how well you do in it, you're going to get rewards for doing it. So you can sometimes join a team, like they introduced Team Felix or Team Haaland, which I think will probably be one of the first things they do for a community event. And you choose whichever team, and maybe it's whichever team gets the most wins in the little event. Then they get a better reward than the other team, but probably both teams will get a reward. Something cool like that. I think it could be a dud. I don't know how well this is going to do. It probably is going to be similar to some of the objectives that we saw in FIFA 20, which were definitely a good introduction. It'll probably fall into some of those categories. So we'll see how EA do this. I don't have too much information on it yet, although it does seem like it could have potential. I just don't really see how they're going to do it to make it really, really hyped up. Similar to how Fortnite events have done similarly. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, but that is something that we're going to see in FIFA 21, and it's big enough to include in this video. But that's it, guys. Those are the 5 things that are big in FIFA 21 and being introduced for sure into Ultimate Team. Now, I don't know if there's going to be some other things released in the near future, but you know that I'll be updating you if they do. So make sure to subscribe to the channel right now, and it's the time of the year where FIFA 21 content is getting real big. It's getting real important. You're going to want to know all the information. So I never really ask this, but it could be the time of the year to turn that notification bell on. All right? Especially if you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for clicking on it. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and thank you so much for your support. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.